Hey, so I wanted to shoot a little update here on the status of the M2 CS. This week, the car went from in production to final assembly. And then right now it's been stuck for the last 2 days. Yesterday was Friday, today's Saturday, in quality control. I'm not sure what that means. I mean, I can assume what quality control means, but that's where it is. So hopefully on Monday, it will exit quality control and make its way to waiting for transportation. So I'm really, really excited about that. In the meanwhile, I wanted to admit, kind of the next phase of planning. And my mind races and spends a lot of cycles kind of thinking about things that most people wouldn't even think about. One of those things is, how do I take my wheels off of the car that has carbon ceramic brakes without damaging the carbon ceramic brakes? And what I mean by that, for those that don't know, carbon ceramic brakes, the rotors themselves, they're kind of fragile. If you hit it with the wheel, you can easily chip it. And if you chip it, you have to replace it. And they are very expensive to replace. So I don't want to do that. And what BMW does, or recommends, or requires, each dealership, if you read their carbon ceramic brake technical guide, they have a machine that rises to the height of where the wheels are in the air, assuming the car is lifted, and it kind of hugs the wheel, and then there's wheels on it, so it kind of slides out of the way. And the idea is you do it so that the wheel itself doesn't hit the rotors or the calipers while you're taking it off, if you're holding it with your hands, right? So I'm thinking, how do I do that on a smaller scale? And a couple of things that occurred to me. Number one was finding a suitable wheel hanger. This is a wheel hanger. This is a BMW kind of toolkit piece that's in a lot of, well, they don't even have, none of the cars today have toolkits. The older cars, like the M5 that's over there and the E46 over here, they have toolkits. Tools. So we've got, let's grab one randomly. So I've got a wrench, and I've got a screwdriver over here somewhere. And these came with the car. Now, I think some of the cars, I think you might just get this. But one of the pieces in there is a wheel hanger. And a wheel hanger, if you haven't used them before, for the BMWs, they don't have lug, they have bolts. So that, if you look at the hub itself, there's screw holes, there's female holes in there. And this would go in there and allow you, when you put the wheel on, to align one of the holes where the bolts go through, so that you got in the right spot. Otherwise, you're kind of futzing around to try to get the wheel in the right spot, to get the hole in for the bolt, whatever. So I'm thinking, let's attack this in two different ways. One, if we can align where the holes are on the hub and on the wheel itself, we can do that through a wheel carrier. I spent a good amount of time searching for a suitable one. The thread and pitch type on the F87 is an M14 by 1.25 pitch depth. And I found a website, I can't remember the name offhand, I'll put a link in the description here. They make a whole assortment of really kind of cool, geeky things like floor jacks, floor stands, and some other things for cars, including some really nicely designed wheel hangers. So I found the longest one that I can find. I figured the longer the better, right? Because I want to be able to align the holes for the wheel way far back before, if you're looking at the wheel, kind of like this, right? Here's the front face of it, and here's the inside of it. There's a hollow cavity there, and I want to be as far out as possible before I hit anything, right? With the hanger there. So I ordered a couple of those, 3 of those. So the idea would be pop those into 3 different spots, so that as I'm pulling the wheel off, it's kind of resting on its weight on these hangers. I can pull it off. And the other part too, back to my point about BMW recommending or requiring dealerships to have this special device. I think it's a multi-$1,000 machine. But it occurred to me, the wheel dollies, right? Have you ever seen people jack the wheels of their car up? They put one on each wheel and they kind of roll it around their garage. If I got one of those, especially the one that you can jack on, not the one that's just a dolly. The one that's a dolly, the wheel can still fall once the car is off the air. I like the jackable ones because it occurs to me, you can jack up the height, it supports the wheel, and then you essentially do what the fancy BMW one does. It pulls the wheel out of the way. I think a combination of those two things will really help minimize the potential risk of damaging the rotors. which will happen once or twice, that I'll probably take the wheels off the car. But at least I feel better knowing that that I can do it without risk of damaging the rotor. So that's what this brain's been working on. Once I put all the pieces together, I'll do a little video and kind of share with everybody how to do it. So that's another thing. And then what else popped up this week? I have this really cool B&W Car Club. Man, everything fell. Son of a bitch. B&W Car Club banner. I'll show it to everyone here. See that? It's got an M2CS in there, but it fell. The command strips that I used came off. So I will be redoing that this weekend. And I'll take a picture of that. So I worked on that, and that's really it. So quick update on the car. Really excited. I think I've solved how to tackle wheel protection issues. And the next thing I got to figure out once the car is released is how much longer there's going to be an engineering hold. So I forgot to tell you this. My dealer mentioned that B&W NA has announced an engineering hold on all M2CSs arriving to the US. So what it means, when they come in, they stay at the port and they won't go to the dealership. They won't go to the performance center delivery. They won't do anything until they do their EPA certification. I don't know how long that will take. I was told by someone else that typically gets resolved before the car arrives, but you know, that's one potential risk between me getting the car in a somewhat timely fashion. One last thing I want to mention. So I think I might have mentioned before, you know, I really want to add a lot of content to the channel, create value for everybody. So as part of that, I've got these really cool cups from Bimmer Brew. They were really nice enough to send me some really interesting car cups. This was an M2CS. They're really high quality. I've got a bunch of them. I don't need all of these. So I would be happy to send you some. See, they're in boxes still. I don't know what they are. I don't know what colors they are. It's all random. To subscribers, if you can show me that you have subscribed and maybe shared this with 10 of your friends, right? Help me grow my membership base here so I can kind of do more cool stuff. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 3 or 4 of these boxes, these cups, these mugs that I will ship out on my dime. It might take me a little bit long to ship it out because I'm very busy, but I will still get it out to you. That's it. So really hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment below. Otherwise, I will update you as I get more information, and other updates will include some of my plans for modifications because I have some interesting plans for the car. All right, that's it. Catch y'all later.